You find yourself standing in the center of a wide, dew-dampened meadow, just as the world begins to wake. It is that soft, transitional hour of the morning where the atmosphere is caught between the deep indigo of the fading night and the pale, translucent gold of the first light. The air is crisp and cool, carrying the gentle scent of wild thyme, damp earth, and the sweetness of clover. You take a slow, deep breath, feeling the freshness of the morning fill your lungs. It is a quiet invitation to stillness. Before you, a magnificent hot air balloon lies resting on the grass. The vast silk envelope is a sea of rich colors, currently muted by the twilight, spreading across the field like a sleeping giant. You walk toward it, your footsteps muffled by the thick, lush grass. Every blade is tipped with a tiny sphere of water, catching the dim light. You reach the wicker basket, which sits upright and sturdy. It is hand-woven from thick willow and cane, weathered to a beautiful soft grey. As you run your hand along the rim, you feel the smooth, cool texture of the padded suede that protects the edge. It feels solid and safe. A gentle hiss starts, the sound of the burner. It is not a loud noise, but a low, rhythmic sigh of warmth. You see the orange glow of the flame illuminating the interior of the balloon, turning the fabric into a glowing jewel of amber and crimson. The heat radiates outward, brushing against your cheeks like a soft blanket. Slowly, the balloon begins to rise from the grass, lifting its heavy head. You step into the basket, feeling the slight give of the willow beneath your feet. There is a sense of immense stability here. The pilot, a silent and calm presence, adjusts a valve, and another pulse of warmth fills the air above you. The basket lightens. Without a jar or a jolt, the ground begins to recede. It is a sensation of the earth moving away from you, rather than you leaving the earth. The blades of grass become a green blur, then a textured carpet, and then a soft, distant velvet. You are rising. You are floating. You look over the edge of the suede-lined rim. The meadow is now a small patch of emerald, surrounded by the darker shadows of the woods. The silence of the ascent is profound. Away from the rustle of the trees, the only sound is the occasional rhythmic breath of the burner and the faint creak of the wicker as it settles into the sky. The air around you is perfectly still because you are moving with the wind, becoming a part of the breeze itself. As you reach a comfortable cruising altitude, a valley begins to reveal its secrets. Below you lies a breathtaking patchwork. It looks like a handcrafted quilt laid out by a giant's hand. There are squares of golden wheat, swaying in slow motion. There are rectangles of deep forest green where the pines grow thick and ancient. You see a field of lavender, a hazy rectangle of dusty purple that seems to vibrate with color even from this height. The boundaries between the fields are marked by low stone walls and winding hedgerows, tracing the history of the land in silver-grey lines. You drift over a small, winding stream. From here, it looks like a ribbon of hammered silver, catching the morning light as it meanders through the pastures. You can see the ripples where the water breaks over stones, but the sound is far below, a memory of a murmur. A group of sheep in a distant paddock looks like scattered pearls on a green cushion. They move slowly, grazing in a peaceful, rhythmic dance. The sun begins to crest over the distant hills, and the world is suddenly bathed in a warm, honeyed glow. The shadows stretch long and thin, accentuating every fold and ripple in the landscape. You feel the sun's warmth on the back of your neck, a gentle contrast to the cool morning air. The balloon carries you higher into a layer of soft white mist, that hangs over the valley floor. The mist is like torn silk, drifting between the hills. As you pass through a thin veil of it, the world becomes muffled and pearlescent. The colours of the patchwork below soften, turning into pastel echoes of themselves. For a moment, it is just you, the balloon, and the infinite quiet sky. You watch a hawk circling far below, its wings steady as it rides the thermals. You feel a deep sense of kinship with the birds, sharing this vast open space where time seems to have slowed to a crawl. The rhythmic pulse of the burner becomes a heartbeat, a steady and comforting reminder of your gentle journey. You find yourself leaning against the side of the basket, your arms resting on the soft leather. The movement is so steady, so fluid, that you could almost believe you were standing on solid ground, if not for the magnificent vista unfolding beneath you. You pass over a small village. The houses are tiny, with grey slate roofs and chimneys beginning to puff thin wisps of wood smoke into the air. The cobblestone streets are empty and silent, a miniature world frozen in a moment of perfect morning peace. You can see the gardens, each one a tiny private world of roses and neatly trimmed hedges. You feel like a silent observer of a dream. The air grows even calmer as the morning matures. The balloon drifts toward a grove of ancient oaks. You are low enough now to see the individual leaves, each one a distinct shade of olive and bronze. The basket skims just above the canopy, the sound of the wind through the leaves a soft, rushing whisper, like the sea. You can smell the scent of the forest, tannin, wood, and cool shade. It is an earthy, grounding aroma that makes you feel deeply connected to the world below. Your limbs are beginning to feel heavy, a pleasant weightiness that comes from complete relaxation. The gentle swaying of the basket is like a cradle, lulling you into a state of serene contemplation. You watch the way the light plays on the fabric of the balloon above you, the shadows of the suspension lines tracing slow, geometric patterns against the silk. Every breath you take is slow and effortless. You are drifting now toward a wide, flat field of clover, a sea of soft green tinged with white blossoms. The pilot begins the descent, a process as gradual and graceful as the ascent. The burner sighs one last time, a short, gentle burst. The ground begins to rise up to meet you. The details of the patchwork valley return. The individual stones in the walls, the texture of the clover, the long shadows of the trees. The basket touches the ground with a soft muffled thud, settling into the thick vegetation. You stay in the basket for a moment, savouring the stillness. The balloon slowly exhales, the silk folding down onto the grass with a sound like a long, contented sigh. You step out onto the earth, your feet sinking into the soft, cool clover. The journey has ended, but the peace remains. You find a comfortable spot in the grass, the sun warming your skin, and you let your eyes close. The image of the patchwork valley remains behind your eyelids, a beautiful, silent quilt of colour. You feel safe, you feel heavy, and you are ready to drift into a deep, dreamless sleep. The world is quiet, the air is still, and you are exactly where you need to be. Your breathing matches the slow rustle of the clover in the breeze. You are sinking deeper into the softness of the earth, wrapped in the quiet beauty of the morning. Sleep is coming now, as natural and inevitable as the rising sun. You let go of the day, letting yourself be carried away on the final, silent currents of rest. If your eyes are closed and sleep is reaching out for you, let it take you. There is nothing left to do tonight, no more places to go. You have arrived at the most important destination, this moment of perfect, unshakable rest. However, if your mind is still a little too bright, or if the path to sleep feels just a few steps further away, do not worry. There is no pressure to drift off immediately. On your screen, you will find other paths we have prepared for you, other sanctuaries, other cabins, and other quiet corners of the world. You can choose one now, and we will continue this journey together, moving a little slower, a little deeper, until the world finally fades into a soft, velvety blur. Before you go, if you find peace in these journeys, consider joining our sanctuary by subscribing. It is a quiet way of ensuring that whenever you need to escape, a seat is always held for you.